All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. We want to welcome you to our Love Your Guts. Is that what we named it?
Love Your Guts.
Love Your Guts.
But no gore.
Yeah, that's right. Gut health class.
In spite of the collision of timing,
yes.
This is not about gore.
That's right. It is not about gore. Not Halloween. You are joining us from a Honda dealership. Proof that you can do this business anywhere. But we're really glad that you're joining us. We're going to be here about an hour. We have about an hour's worth of information. But we want to, well, first of all, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Amber Howells. For those of you who don't know, this is Sadie Anderson. And we're just two leaders with Young Living who are really passionate about helping others, educating them, empowering them. And I think gut health is a really important topic, especially this time of year. Really, it's important every day of the year. But I think around this time of year, people really start wanting to focus on their health and focus on gut health. And we'll talk about what Hippocrates says in just a second. But so we have about an hour's worth of information, and we want you to know that anything we talk about today or share any of this information, none of it is to make anyone feel bad about what they are currently doing, what they've done in the past. We're here, like I said, just to help educate you, empower you to make the best choices for yourself and for your family.
Yeah, and between the two of us, we have 6 kids ranging from ages 9 to 1.
Yep.
So we are fully versed in the lifestyle of quick and fast and convenience.
Yeah.
But I think it's important that we know where we put our focus and discipline, and where we let convenience have its moments. And so we're two real people coming at you with a real need for Chick-fil-A also. So
Absolutely.
Here we go. All right. So in order to care for ourselves, we must care for what is in our gut. I think we often hear, take care of your gut, take care of your gut health. Well, we really need to take our focus and bring it all the way into the inside of our gut. We need to clean out waste and be sure that we have plenty of good bacteria in our gut. And we're going to talk about good bacteria today. So believe it or not, the bacterial cells inside the gut outnumber our human cells by 10 times. And the genes encoded by the bacteria in the gut outnumber our genes by more than 100 times. So we are actually more bacteria than we are human. So taking care of it is kind of a big thing. These gut microbes are referred to as the gut microbiome. Say it with me, microbiome. You're going to hear that word a lot. And its role in both health and disease has been the subject of extensive research. This is not just some cute, crunchy theory. This is research and science put into our understanding today. The microbiome is involved with our metabolism, nutrition, physiology, and immune function, which is why a healthy gut has a healthy immune system. First, we are going to talk about how you know if you have a good, optimal gut health. Then we're going to take a look at how to clean out the gut and make room for more healthy bacteria. And then after that, we're going to take a look at the products. We have the whole display over here that can rebuild and replenish the gut microbiome.
Okay, so we're going to talk about how to know if you have a healthy gut or optimal gut health. I'm the lucky one who got this part of the script talking about food. Okay. All right, so how do you know if you have good optimal gut health? Normal, consistent bowel movements, 1 to 3 a day is normal. That's optimal gut health. That are good consistency. So you don't want too loose. You don't obviously want too hard, and that it doesn't have a nasty, foul aroma. So if your poop has these people around here are probably like, what are they talking about? If your poop has a really nasty aroma, then your gut needs help, and your diet most likely needs some work. Optimal gut health is you pass gas less than 20 times a day, and it shouldn't have a strong smell. So I didn't realize this, that the gas that our body produces, that our body is supposed to expel, it's actually odorless. The foul smell comes from the gas actually passing through the bowels and basically passing through poop. And so if there is a yeast like overgrowth, or if there's bacteria, that is where it picks up that smell from. So gas is not supposed to smell. It's supposed to be odorless. All right, you don't have foul breath in the morning. Again, foul breath is going to be a sign of bacterial or yeast imbalances in the gut. You have normal smelling body odor. If you are someone that is super stinky all the time, like you feel like you shower and then an hour later you're like, oh my goodness, I smell my sweat, I'm so sweaty and I stink, my body stinks. It's from a gut imbalance and not your sweat. So something to think about. You have, optimal gut health would be you have sufficient stores of nutrients, especially your iron and your vitamin B. If you don't, it could be that it's lacking in your food, or it could be that your body can't unlock the nutrients from your food because of that gut imbalance. So basically your body's not able to pull the nutrients from the food. You're eating the good foods, it's going in your body, but then it's just coming right out because your gut imbalance is so off that it's not able to unlock that food and pull those nutrients out. Optimal gut health would be you don't have digestive symptoms. So you don't have acid reflux, you don't have diarrhea, you don't have constipation, you don't have any of those tummy issues. And then if you have optimal gut health, you tend to just experience good overall health. Usually you have mental clarity. Usually you don't have brain fog. Your immune system works well. It doesn't mean that you never get sick, but when you do, your immune system is so strong that it just kind of kicks right in and starts doing what it's supposed to do. You have adequate energy, good skin, etc. So those are all signs of good optimal gut health.
So a couple of things you can do to support your good gut health is to, one, use a probiotic. Today we're going to talk about Life 9 for adults and Mighty Pro for kids. The second thing you can do is incorporate fermented foods into your diet, such as sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, plain yogurt. All those foods, anything fermented, brings with them a dose of probiotics. Keep that in mind, though. It's a dose, not a probiotic replacement, but it does bring all that into play. And something you can do is avoid overuse of antibiotics. They completely disrupt the bacterial flora in your gut. So they will kill the bad, but they also kill the good. So there's a time and place for antibiotics. Just make sure it's the time. And if you are on an antibiotic, make sure you're replenishing your gut bacteria, your good gut flora with probiotics. Another thing is to avoid sugar. When you eat sugar, it promotes growth of bacteria and yeast. It prevents your gut from being able to function properly, which is why you'll often hear sugar kills your immune system. That's how that happens. Lower your stress levels. Believe it or not, we have a tiny brain in our gut. So your gut does more to send info to your brain about your emotions and feelings than any other system in your body.
That's so fascinating.
Which is why we have that emotional eating and why certain things make us feel better, because it's all communicating. Lowering stress levels can also ensure that your gut health stays intact. Another thing is your diet. Processed foods, artificial and synthetic colors and ingredients all disrupt our microbiome. Pesticides and herbicides negatively impact our microbiome and actually wreak havoc on our health. So try and avoid them as much as you can. The easiest way to avoid pesticides and herbicides is grow your own. The next thing would be farm sourced from an organic farm. And then, of course, organic at the grocery store. But always wash your produce anyway, especially from the grocery store, because you touch it, all that stuff. Again, pesticides are pesticides, so whether they're organic ones or not, you just want to get all that off. And then the last thing is laughter. It's biblical. The Bible says laughter is a good source of medicine. It's good for your heart. But laughter decreases stress hormones and increases immune cells and infection-fighting antibodies. Yeah. What's the movie with the Happy Doctor? Oh my gosh,
Happy Doctor.
The Good Doctor? No, it's got William. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Robin Williams in it?
Yeah, it has Robin Williams in it. What's it called?
I don't know that. I don't really know what you're talking about.
His whole thing was if we can get people laughing in the hospital more.
Oh, that it would like help speed up their recovery process.
I'll think of the movie in a minute, but he proved it, and so it's a really fascinating movie. He makes everybody laugh, and their treatments work better. Everything just elevated.
Yeah, I believe it. Okay, so there are critical elements that the gut needs to help clean out excessive waste, to unlock the nutrition from our food, and to make good poop. And that's basically fiber, water, digestive enzymes, and propulsion.
So digestive enzymes are responsible for the breakdown of food into absorbable nutrients. Absorbable. There we go. That was a lot of B's. Without absorbable nutrients, we cannot get the nutrition that we need out of foods. Digestive enzymes are naturally produced by the pancreas and gut, but they are quickly depleted by our diet, especially cooked processed foods. Sorry, mac and cheese.
I know, right?
Illness, they're depleted by exercise, so you got to replenish.
Yep.
And hot and cold temperatures, which is why we tend to get sick when the weather goes.
Yep.
So plus, enzyme levels drop with age. One more thing to add to that list. And excretion increases, so supplementation is so very important, especially as we get older.
Yes. All right, so fiber and water are some other components that we need. And so these help normalize bowel movements. Dietary fiber increases the weight and size of the stool and also softens it. They help maintain bowel health. So when food is moving out of our body, there's going to be less buildup and waste in the GI tract. And that is where things basically go rancid in there. If it's not moving out of the body, if it's sticking to the colon and the inner walls, that is when sickness and things like that set in. Fiber and water also help control blood sugar levels by helping you feel fuller and longer, and it also, of course, helps you achieve a healthy weight. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is propulsion. So in order for the gut to actually push the stool out of the body, you must have a sequential muscle movement known as peristalsis. And this muscle movement occurs naturally in our bodies. Like, that's how God made us, right? It just occurs naturally. But sometimes we need a bit of a stimulant. So the thing about stimulants, and we're going to talk about them, is you don't want to use them all the time because your body will become dependent on those. Basically, if you use it too much, your muscles are going to get lazy and they're pretty much just not going to want to work anymore on their own. So when the body is out of balance and the gut's out of balance, you don't have enough fiber, you don't have enough enzymes, you don't have enough water, it can lead to bizarre and seemingly unrelated symptoms. So a lot of times, we think of gut health, people think, well, I don't have acid reflux. You might have other things going on, and your first thought might not be tummy, such as brain fog, headaches, mood swings, joint and myofascial pain, weight gain, cardiovascular disease, that's hugely related to gut health, inflammatory bowel disease, irritable bowel syndrome, obesity, type 2 diabetes, sensitivities to and allergies to either foods or things in our environment.
That's a long list.
Yeah, that was a long list. So there's more.
Yeah, so before we can worry about repopulating the gut with good bacteria, we first need to clean it out because we have a buildup of waste materials in our gut that need a good clean out. Young Living actually offers the cleansing trio to help with this process.
And we're going to talk about each one of those. Now, let me just go back and say the cleansing trio is out of stock. Of course, it would go out of stock right before we teach a class on gut health, but it will be back. So we want to make sure that everyone understands about these products. So as soon as this comes back in stock, or the ICP, which is actually the one that's out of stock right now, that way you know to grab it as soon as it comes back in.
And that would be a good overhaul. So if you want to ease yourself into a cleansing trio, like if you're wanting to do the big cleansing trio, it would be good to maybe work your way up to that with a couple of the supplements we're going to talk about today.
All right, so we're going to talk about enzymes, specifically Essential Zyme. So Essential Zyme is, let's see right here. Hope you guys can see that. Essential Zyme is a bilayered multi-enzyme complex capping that's formulated to help digestive health and stimulate overall enzyme activity. I don't know if you remember what Sadie was just talking about, what the enzymes actually do for your body. It helps break down those molecules of the food into smaller pieces so that way your body can unlock those nutrients from the food. Now, although Young Living offers 5 different digestive enzymes, which we've actually taught a class on before. Essentialzyme, this one right here, is the only product that contains pancreolipase and pancreatin. Now, pancreolipase is a digestive enzyme produced by the pancreas, and it helps to break down complicated fats and proteins into digestible bits. It's also the only product that contains beta-ion hydrochloride. One of the reasons that we may suffer after you eat a meal that's not agreeing with you is because you might have too little acid in your stomach. And most people think it's the opposite. Most people think, oh, my stomach has too much acid in there, and that's why it's not feeling well. A lot of times it's actually the opposite. So the beta-ion hydrochloride helps to put the acid back into your stomach when you need it the most. And so this is why Essentialzyme, this one right here, should actually be taken 30 minutes to an hour before you eat the food, because you want to go ahead and put that acid in the stomach first, and then you eat the food. If that makes sense.
It's also in our mouth.
Yes.
We learned this at convention this summer, and it was very overwhelming. He created this like food grid, and it shows you what you're supposed to eat with what to make sure those acids are correctly allowed in your mouth. And drinking while you're eating ruins it. Eating meat with cooked vegetables and like all these things. It was just like, oh my gosh, how can I eat like that? I don't know how would you maintain that? With unless you just live by yourself and nothing other than your food, you know. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And so thank God for Essentials because it really does bring in not the lazy factor, but a convenience factor. If we can't eat fully the way we're supposed to with all that acid creation in our mouth and tummy, thank God for Essentialzyme. So
it also contains broad spectrum enzymes that help break down the proteins, the peptides, fats, and indigestible plant material. So Essentialzyme, again, you're going to take the tablet 3 times daily, 30 minutes to an hour before you eat your meals. Now, I do want to say real quick that this is an animal-based product. So it might not be suitable for people who choose to avoid animal products, but don't worry. There are great alternatives such as Allerzyme and Detoxzyme, which are vegetarian digestive enzymes.
And I'll also add that those instructions on how to take Essentialzyme, I believe, are within conjunction of the Cleansing Trio protocol.
Yes.
So if you're just taking Essentialzymes for daily maintenance, you can do 1 to 2 before each meal. And it's okay.
Before your biggest meals. Yeah.
I've also noticed when I take Essentialzyme, I don't crave sugar as much. It's pretty awesome. So good time of year to start your Essentialzymes. That buffet of
Halloween,
desserts everywhere you go.
Christmas, Valentine's.
It's not just avoiding dessert, it's avoiding the table of desserts, right? Okay, so the next one is Comfort Tone. I have an old bottle, lovely blue, but it now looks like the one you're seeing. Comfort Tone is a natural herb-based colon cleanser that includes an advanced mix of pure essential oils. It supports normal peristalsis and the elimination of waste products and gases. This is not a first date kind of supplement.
No.
But it's recommended to take it at night so that you can experience the effects of Comfort Tone first thing in the morning. To use Comfort Tone, take 2 to 5 capsules before breakfast and bedtime. Drink at least 8 8-ounce glasses of distilled water for best results. Again, this is in conjunction with the Trio, the cleansing protocol. I would start low and slow with Comfort Tone and let your system work its way up to that amount of capsules, because the bottle does recommend if you experience diarrhea, you've gone too heavy.
Just to back off some.
You will notice a difference when you take Comfort Tone, so go gently at first. Do not use Comfort Tone for longer than is recommended, as the gut can become dependent on it to function. So a lot of people save Comfort Tone for when they're traveling, or certain times of the year when they know their diet is going to be a little bit more low. This isn't the perfect supplement for pregnant women, and it is not recommended that pregnant women take Comfort Tone because of the cascara in the supplement. This herb increases peristalsis and may increase the risk for preterm labor. Superly cautious. That's a very super cautious approach, so I would heed it. I would heed the caution. Also, cascara is a very black herb, and a known side effect of Comfort Tone is that it can turn your stool black. This is important to note, especially for anyone who is taking blood thinning medicines. They may have been taught that black stool is a sign of internal bleeding, but that will not be that is not true when it comes to Comfort Tone. So you're going to experience black stool with Comfort Tone because of the cascara, but if you are on a blood thinning medicine and you have concerns because your poop is black while you're taking Comfort Tone, always call your doctor. But it's going to be black because of Comfort Tone.
Absolutely. Okay, so I love this chart because it depicts the herbs and the essential oils that make up Comfort Tone. And you can see here that cascara is not the only herb. There's also fiber from psyllium, barberry, burdock, root, and absorbative materials like bentonite clay and diatomaceous earth, which are really, really good for you. Because Comfort Tone contains, I always butcher this word, echinacea, thank you. I even wrote it out on my thing how to say it. It is not recommended for anyone taking immune suppressing drugs, as this herb is known to completely bolster and fortify the immune system. So it's amazing for your immune system, but if you are having to take something to suppress your immune system, this is not going to be the supplement for you, because you're going to boost your immune system there. Some women who are pregnant choose to avoid essential oils such as peppermint, fennel, and mugwort. This is completely up to you, but this is just another reason I wanted to make sure that you knew those oils were in there in case you are pregnant. You might want to avoid Comfort Tone unless under the direct supervision of a physician.
I'll go on record saying later in my pregnancy with both Branch and Haddon, I felt it was important to poop.
Yes.
So I did take Comfort Tone.
Okay.
But it was towards the end, where everything was just extremely cramped inside. That was just really hard to do.
Yeah.
So I did choose to take Comfort Tone. I felt comfortable with it. I felt like I was okay with the ingredients, and I was okay with whatever the extreme possible effects of some of the ingredients. So
again, it's always up to you and your choices. So.
ICP, the next one, is a blend of soluble and insoluble fibers, essential oil, and digestive enzymes. This supplement scours residues from the intestines. I love the word scour.
I know, scour.
It's like, that's a good clean out,
right.
You know? It decreases buildup of waste, which you don't want buildup in your colon. It is so a precursor to the big C word. It improves nutrient absorption and helps to maintain overall digestive health. To use ICP, mix 2 teaspoons with 8 ounces of juice or water and use 3 times daily while you're cleansing. It is something you want to down really fast. It is not one you're going to want to make a cute cocktail with. You're going to Shiraz and all that stuff and sip on it for an hour because it gets a bit gelatin-like, and so you want to knock it down. Go quick.
All right, ICP contains a blend of 7 different fibers. You can see those on the screen that aid digestion and elimination. So some of these fibers are soluble and some of them are insoluble. Now the soluble fibers absorb the water in the gut and it creates a larger poop. Insoluble fibers do not absorb water, but instead they act like, basically like a scrubbing brush through your colon as it goes through your system, which you want. Just like Sadie mentioned, you do not want any residue just sitting in your colon, going rancid in there basically. This helps to clean, ICP helps to clean the lining of the colon as they pass through, or as it passes through.
And I've also heard people doing the cleansing trio, like very intentionally, hardcore. They've actually had their lining come through.
Oh, wow.
Like almost like a snake shedding its skins because it's got a new one.
I bet they feel good after that, though.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I have a goal. I'm not going to lie. It's on my bucket list.
Every time. You're like,
see my colon lining just come right on out. All right. Additionally, ICP contains digestive enzymes that break down fats, proteins, peptides, and release phosphorus from foods. Essential oils that further support proper digestive health. Sorry, that is not a full sentence. I did not realize that when I was reading through it. As I mentioned earlier, some pregnant women choose to avoid fennel and anise while pregnant. If so, this is just not the perfect supplement for that pregnant mama. and that is her prerogative.
Yes.
Now that we have cleaned the gut, let's talk through 3 products that can help support the bacterial balance in the gastrointestinal tract.
Yes, so the cleansing trio, or those 3 products that we talked about, we've completely cleaned the gut out now, and now we can start, just like you mentioned, replenishing and start adding things back in to help heal our gut. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is Life9. If you've been around Sadie and I for any length of time, you know that we talk about probiotics all the time. Life9 is really important. Our entire family takes probiotics. So Life9 is a delayed release probiotic that contains 17 billion live cultures from 9 different bacterial strains. Now, I'm not going to read all 9 of those bacterial strains because I will butcher each one of those, most all of them. But I do want to say that probiotics they're popular, for lack of a better word, right now. You can find them just about everywhere. It's really important to know what kind of probiotic you're taking, just like our essential oils. They're not all made the same. And then I'm going to talk about some of the key things that makes this one a superb probiotic. So probiotics efficiently repopulate our gut, enabling it to perform optimally and restoring balance to our digestive system. Now, billions of bacteria inhabit our gut. The purpose of good bacteria is to aid digestion, kind of like enzymes, and by helping break down our meals into absorbable nutrients. The task kind of seems easy enough, but modern toxins such as your shampoos, lotions, makeup, like all of these things, overly processed foods, daily stress, and antibiotics, all of those deplete and damage the good bacteria in our gut. And so it harms the digestive system and the digestive process along the way. So the combination of lactobacillus, let's say that's how you say it. Thank you, bacillus. And
I teach reading.
Thank you, yeah. Bifidobacterium, let's say we say that's how you say it, species ensures that the entire gastrointestinal tract is populated with bacteria. Now, I watched a quick little clip on this. Dr. Lindsay Elmore talked about it. She talked about those 2 specific strains, why Life9 is not like other probiotics is because most of them only affect either the upper GI, or like the top part, or the lower part, and it doesn't do both. So some of the first, go Life9. So some of the first benefits people experience with probiotics are better digestive function, better poops, and less gas. But when our gut is functioning properly how it's supposed to, there's positive implications for the entire body. The relationship between probiotics and the immune system is still being researched. However, studies have shown that consumption of probiotics support the immune system. Go figure, that's what we've been saying for years, right? Proper digestion allows for absorption of the micronutrients, which are needed to strengthen the immune system. So to take Life9, a lot of people say to take probiotics in the morning. I'm a firm believer of taking them at night. Dr. Lindsay Elmore recommends the same because that is when our gut really does the most work, is at night when we are sleeping.
Fasting.
Absolutely, yes. And so she recommends doing it at night, right before you go to bed, and try to separate it as far out as you can from other supplements too. So that way it's really in the gut and working as best it can. Now, something I didn't know and that I learned from Lindsay Elmore is it is not recommended to open the capsules of Life9 as it destroys the delayed release action. So are you still going to get some benefit from Life9 if you open up the capsule and like put it in your yogurt or give it to your kid? Yes, but you're not getting that delayed response where it actually gets to the lower part like it needs to. So just keep that in mind. I mean, some is better than nothing, right? But if you can, keep it whole.
It helps maintain its whole body support.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And then this kind of goes without saying, but some people don't know, so I guess I should say it anyway. Probiotics are not recommended for people with very serious medical conditions, such as those who are severely immunosuppressed, have pancreatitis, maybe are in the ICU, have blood in their stool, or a central venous catheter. Basically, if you have serious health conditions, make sure you ask your doctor first before you take it. But for the majority of people, probiotics good for you.
I wonder why open wounds following major surgery. Like people who have open wounds following major
I
surgery.
don't know why that was listed on there. I'm going to imagine like major open wounds, like you just had open heart surgery or
And
something.
just
Yeah,
open.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, we used to actually have to open a Live 9 capsule and
Yep.
sprinkle it on the kids' breakfast or in their smoothie to get a good probiotic in them. And we have to do that no more because of Mighty Pro. And I'm slinging it around. KidSense Mighty Pro is also a probiotic supplement formulated with Ningxia wolfberry fiber, a naturally occurring prebiotic. Prebiotics are food for good bacteria to eat. It promotes healthy bacteria in the colon. So when you take a probiotic, the prebiotic is a very necessary component to make sure the probiotic can do its job. Mighty Pro contains 8 billion live bacteria from these right there.
You don't want to say them?
Bifidobacterium infantis is considered by some people to be the best probiotic for children. And guess where you find it? In the Mighty Pro. Hang on. This one is a powerful formula labeled for use in children and adults over the age of 2 years, unless you're super crunchy like us, and I give it to my 1-year-old.
Yeah.
The powder supplement does not require refrigeration and comes in easy to transport sachets. Which a lot of adults actually travel with these because they don't have to be refrigerated, and so adults just take a couple a day or at night. The sweet and tasty formula is great to add to food or drink or directly dissolve into the mouth. It can even be combined with cold food or drinks, but should not be added to warm or hot food or drinks. To use, simply empty the contents of 1 packet into the mouth and allow to dissolve. Alternatively, you can add to cold foods and beverages. The common feedback to Mighty Pro is, oh, it tastes like a Pixies.
Yes, it does.
So, just a minute, please. While this product is great for children, it is not safe for animals, contrary to the little buddy sitting in the picture, especially dogs. Do not give this probiotic to dogs. It contains, what is it?
And there's something in there. I can't remember what it is.
It's whatever it helps make it sweet. It's the, starts with an E word.
Oh, erythritol.
Erythritol.
Yeah.
Xylitol.
Xylitol.
Thank you.
So while we move on, Charlie's going to come demo right here how the kiddos enjoy their Mighty Pro.
And it's like, where's mine?
Fun fact, it comes with 30 to a pack. One of my only complaints with Young Living products is not everything comes in a month's supply. And when I'm ordering for my kiddos, I need the easy button of all easy buttons, and I love that. I can get one kid their own bag each month, and we're calling it a day. This is so simple.
Was it good? Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, those are perfect to travel with, and that's what we took on our trip as well. Everybody just had theirs for the night, and it's perfect because it doesn't have to be
We
refrigerated.
call ours Wolfies. I'm not sure how that translates.
But that's a wolf on it.
Oh, and Wolfies too. Yep. Abigail had a question on the chat, y'all, so I just wanted to let you know before you got to
Oh, okay. We can't see anything, so we'll answer those at the end. I promise. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Alkaline. This is one of the, well, not the last product we're going to talk about, but Alkaline is a drink mix. It comes either in a bottle, just like this, or last year maybe, they also came out with the little sachets, and these are perfect also to travel with. But I knew, since we were talking about gut health, that a lot of people would say, okay, like this is great, I know that I need to repair my gut, but in the meantime, what do I use? Because I have heartburn or I have acid reflux or things like this, and Alkaline is the perfect solution for this. So it's an anti-acid formula. It starts working right away to start soothing occasional upset stomach, relieve heartburn. It also neutralizes excess stomach in the stomach acid in the stomach. It also has mineral cell salts, which help support optimal pH balance in the stomach, and pH balance in the stomach is really, really important. So you literally just mix it with water. And I do want to say it's important to understand that Dr. Lindsay Elmore said you do not want to mix this with any other juices or any other beverages because it can alter the pH and the effectiveness of it. So you want to just mix it in water. The directions say, I think, 8 ounces of water. Some people either love the taste of this, or some people are like, it kind of tastes, I mean, it tastes better than an Alka-Seltzer, but if you can think about the way that tastes, you know, some people are like, oh, I can't stand that salty
It
taste.
makes me gag.
Right.
But
So,
I love alkaline.
Right. Okay. Well, if that's you, but if you don't like the taste of it, then just add it to like 2 ounces of water. Take it like a shot, you know? So you just add it in there, you let it dissolve for like 15, 20 seconds, and then you drink it. So it's probably not going to be one that you want to like put in a big old jug of water and then sip on it, unless you do love the flavor of it. But
I would say 4 ounces of water in your typical glass. If you fill your glass all the way,
it's going to bubble
and you
up.
add your alkaline, you're going to lose half of it.
Yes.
So I would go halfway with whatever glass you're using. Go halfway. I love it. I take it at night. I used it on a cruise ship when I was dealing with seasickness. My upline diamond was precious and threw a bottle of it in my face and said, drink it. And I was like, I don't want to drink it. Everything, when you're seasick, everything is gross. And that was a huge help.
Awesome.
Huge help. So I love alkaline. It's my favorite.
Yeah. So
my husband uses it for his gout too.
Okay. Yes. And I was going to say, like, even if you don't have tummy issues because of the pH balancing effect that it has, it's great for all sorts of things. I have a lot of members who have skin irritations and rashes and things like that they live with daily, and they use this to kind of help because it's help balancing out their pH. So it's a really great supplement.
All right. Last but not least, you know we cannot do a class without mentioning our beloved Ningxia Red.
Absolutely.
There is a reason almost all Young Living members take a shot of Ningxia Red on the daily. It is a supplement we should all be drinking every single morning or afternoon if that is how you roll. The only exception to anyone drinking Ningxia Red is if you are entirely sugar-free, like fruits, anything natural sugar related. If you're avoiding that also, Ningxia Red is not on your menu. Everybody else, you should be drinking Ningxia Red. We always recommend this be the first thing you put on your essential rewards and wellness plan because Ningxia Red supports the digestive system as well as every system in our body. Even if you are already healthy and you have optimal gut health, this helps maintain that health, stamina, and cognitive wellness. You want to keep it going that way. The Ningxia wolfberry is packed full of dense nutrition and contains 4 times the nutrients of the wolfberries in neighboring provinces. If you're not familiar, Ningxia is a province in China, and we have, for as far as I know, exclusive access as far as exporting, exclusive access to those wolfberries. I mean, cream of the crop. It is extremely high in antioxidants, which gives lining of the gut some TLC and protects the cells by keeping normal inflammation at bay. BT dubs, inflammation is necessary in our body. So anything that says anti-inflammatory should be taken under the direction of a medical professional because our body actually needs balanced inflammation. So you want to look for phrases such as supports healthy inflammation, which Ningxia Red does. Ningxia wolfberries also promote growth of good bacteria. Ding, ding, ding. It's higher in vitamin C than oranges, higher in calcium than cauliflower, which I love, and higher in beta-carotene than carrots. It also is high in vitamin E and protein. So if you're vegan, here you go. Ningxia Red is rich in amino acids like L-glutamine, which is important for healthy gut function. It contains 21 trace minerals, which are important for all the body systems. It includes 6 essential fatty acids that help the gut respond to gut inflammation, and even vitamins B1, B2, and B6, which help your body change the carbs in your diet into energy for your cells. So now you can see why most of us take this every day, our kids included.
Oh, yeah.
Haddon gets it. I started giving it to Haddon when he wasn't spitting things out. Because
you're not wasting money.
Will not be wasted in my house. Until then, he got it via my breast milk, and I was okay with that.
I love that. That is so funny.
I feel very cuddly and happy. Capulet and Hoda-esque right now.
Yes, with a
As
Honda
in-
behind us.
This is giggling. Yep.
All right, so
So they got coffee instead of water.
true. I'll take that over one this early in the morning. All right, so while sometimes we do have an immediate response to a Young Living oil or a supplement or product that we use, I'm sure that Sadie will agree with me when I say that most of the time, one drop of oil or taking one enzyme or taking one probiotic a night out of the month is not really going to support the underlying signals that your body may be giving you. So we need to make a commitment to use our products consistently and just consistently and just be okay with that. So we recommend you start by getting the wholesale membership. There's a couple of ways to do this. We're going to talk about them here in just a second. And then also let us help you set up a 4-month wellness plan and set up your first essential rewards, which is how we make sure that we continue to get our products and our supplements and our oils every single month and use them consistently to help with our health.
Amen. Because if my kids are like, Mom, you need to go to the grocery store one more time. But they never say, Mom, you need to get my XYZ from Young Living because it comes
every single
month.
month.
I don't have to worry about it. Did you need to add something? Okay.
You want to say?
About oils. It was about
Go ahead. What would you want to say? Go ahead. Charlie wants to say something.
only if you're making guacamole with lime, only add 1 drop, not too many.
Charlie made her own guacamole yesterday
Yay,
while I
go
was
girl.
out of town. And she wanted lime in it, so she grabbed some Lime Vitality and made her own guacamole.
It was a
And
little
ate
too
all of
limey.
it.
You put too much in there.
But pretzels made it better.
So 1 avocado, 1 drop
One
of
drop
lime.
of
Okay,
Got it.
that's Charlie's tip for you.
There's
The
a little-
guacamole tip.
That's for free.
Once you stay.
All right, so if you do not have a Young Living wholesale membership, or you know someone who really wants to get started with Ningxia Red and some digestive help, we actually have a Ningxia Red starter kit. The Ningxia Red starter kit is a $170 purchase with 2 bottles. I won't say value because it's valued
Oh, way over.
way beyond
Yeah.
170, but that's the cost. But it comes with 2 bottles of Ningxia Red, which I would say it's about a bottle per person per month. It comes with 30 single packets of Ningxia Red, which again would be a supply for 1 person per month. And then it comes with a box of Ningxia Nitro, which is a class in its own because it has so many different cool ingredients for varying health benefits. My husband and I take it daily. He takes it for energy, stamina. I take it for social angst.
Yes.
But I also take it now for the iodine.
Yep.
Because, fun fact, Breast Health Awareness Month, iodine is really good for breast health, especially if you tend towards the
Fibrotic, yeah.
Yeah, if you have a lot of
Fibroids.
fibroids, cystic fibroids, whatever. If you tend towards those, iodine is really good for keeping that at bay. So,
And iodine is also necessary, crucially necessary for your thyroid as well.
yes. So there you go. You need Ningxia Nitro.
Yes.
So it comes with a whole box, which is 15 tubes. It comes with a 5 milliliter bottle of Stress Away, which helps with your digestive system because it keeps your stress away. And you get your wholesale membership for life, which is 24% off everything for the rest of your life. So
Yeah.
it's a great way to get started.
Yes. And then we wanted to show you how you can customize your own gut health kit if you wanted to. We're always going to recommend like the Ningxia starter kit or the oil starter kit because that is the best bang for your buck. I mean, you're getting everything for about 50% off. But if you have like certain goals, gut health goals that you want to start with, and you didn't want to start with one of the starter kits, you can get the basic starter kit, which is now only $35. They just reduced that price, which is incredible. You get 2 packets of Ningxia Red. You get a bottle of Stress Away to help with your stress, and it also just smells great. You get a pack of Thieves mints. You get a Thieves hand sanitizer.
Like the freebies in there go way beyond $35.
Yeah, way beyond $35. So that gets you basically your Young Living membership.
Like a
It's kind
goodie
of
bag.
yeah, it's kind of like a Costco membership, except you don't have a yearly fee that you have to pay. And then you're going to get your 24% wholesale discount off of any products that you wish. You can order on Essential Rewards like we do. You're just like we are, right? And then so you could get this basic starter kit and then customize, add the products to that order that you want, that you know you want to use to help target your gut health. So for example, if you know you want to get Life 9 or Alkaline or Morning Shred, if you wanted to, Comfort Tone, Essential Zyme, any of those products that we talked about today, you can then just add them to that order to kind of customize your own gut health kit.
So in closing, I am a pastor's wife, so I've got to do this. So it's not the invitation. However, I do want to just note, like, you know, as the Bible, in God's word, we see where it talks about our lives will show fruit. And so we can be, you know, avid readers of God's word, but if we're not living it out, if we're not putting action to it, we're just reading. And I know for myself, I catch myself reading parenting articles. I catch myself reading health articles. Just you name it, I'll read about it. But if I don't take that and put action to it, I'm nowhere farther than when before I read it, other than I'm just now aware. Now I'm literally choosing not to put action to what I'm learning, right? And so we have a saying inside the health world is know better, do better. And so we don't learn things so that we can throw heaps of shame on ourselves because I haven't been doing it. Oh my gosh, what have I've been doing this all wrong? No, we learn so that we can then move forward and do better. I am doing things for my now 1-year-old that I didn't do with my firstborn. I didn't know a lot of this stuff when I had my first 2 kids. And so I'm knowing better and I'm doing better. So today we would just charge you with, now you know some things and maybe you knew all this. Now it was a refresher, but we are responsible with what we know. So if we know what we need to do good things, we got to put that to action. So our call to you would just be, take what you've learned today or been reminded of, put it to action. We're here to help you make those action steps. We're putting it to action ourselves, and we kind of call each other out sometimes. Like, are you, I remember one class, I was talking about my BO because I was postpartum, and she goes, girl, up your chlorophyll intake. And she goes, are you taking your multigreens? And I was like, I keep forgetting, So we're in this together. We need one another. So just have your good friends that are there to help you ask questions or to help ask you the questions that you need to hear. So this was our gut health class so that we can empower you to take care of your family and yourself as best as you can to have the healthy guts.
Absolutely. And now I'm going to exit the screen so we can check this chat thread, you guys. And
Victoria.
hey, Victoria. All right, let me stop share and let's go to the chat. Okay. All right. Let's see. Abigail says, yes, that your BO is worse when you eat a lot of sugar. Absolutely. And for me, it's carbs. For me, it's bread. When I'm like digging into the bread and stuff, I'm like, ooh.
Which is sugars.
Yes, absolutely. It just turns into sugars. So.
And your natural deodorants will be more effective if you actually set your body up to be able to use them.
Yes, for
and
sure.
I hear that a ton. This doesn't work for me. And now I'm learning. It's not the deodorant that's not working.
Right.
It's our bodies are not prepped for the deodorant.
Yeah.
It's a whole different mind game.
So Abigail has a great question. If you take all of your supplements at night, what do we do? And I think she's referring to when we mentioned taking Life 9 at nighttime and try to separating it as much as possible from your other supplements. Lindsay Elmore in one of her videos had a great tip. And she said, if you tend to have certain supplements that you take at night, and they're ones that can be taken with food, like take those at dinner time. And then hopefully you're not eating like right before you go to bed, right? That's, probably not the best idea. I know it happens sometimes, like chips and salsa, but I'm just saying, right? But then that way you can take your Life 9 right before you go to bed. So again, it's still going to work some if you're taking it with other stuff. It's just you're going to get the most out of it if you can separate it from when you're taking
willing
others.
to share, what kind of supplements are you taking at night?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I take Sulfurzyme and multigreens at night.
Yeah, I'd take those. Can you take your multigreens at breakfast?
They help me sleep.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, take them at dinner. Maybe.
Yeah, I would take Sulfurzyme at dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you like
I'm just so bad about taking them like at all, so I just take them all at night. I'm like, that's better than not taking them.
Again, it is, and if that's the only time that you can get your Life 9 that you're going to remember, I mean, you're still doing good stuff. It's just, it'll work.
I've literally contemplated getting a little mini fridge for my bedroom or my master bathroom.
That's a good idea.
Just so I can take my Life 9 literally right before I go to bed, grab a bottle of water. You know, like,
There you
it
go.
just makes so much sense. I'm like, we did it in college, right?
Yeah.
We had little mini fridges by our bed.
Yeah.
About ready to bring it back. Because it does. It helps you remember if it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
I also love that you said that you found that if you have heartburn to take an extra Essential Zyme ASAP, and that you used to be a Tums popper, so that's great too. So you're probably low in stomach acid if taking an Essential Zyme helps with that, because it's helping add that acid that you need in there.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law has literally let go of Tums thanks to peppermint and digize.
Yes,
So with
nice.
his being overproduction, TMI, my brother-in-law.
Good thing they're not on. I don't know actually
Oh,
if that's an overproduction or not. I'm not sure.
There are solutions beyond Tums.
Yes. All right. Does anyone else have any other questions or comments or any other testimonies that they'd like to share?
And to the bottom.
The bottom one was, oh, Tammy, I'm sorry. More about alkaline, please. That has terrible skin issues, and she has been asking me what to do. Oh, yeah, like probiotics, absolutely, for sure. Skin issues, 99.9% of the time, all go back to the gut.
Mm-hmm.
There's
what
like
we see
a
on our
0.1%
skin is always a telltale of what's going on inside. So topical skin stuff are just Band-Aids.
Yep.
You really got to go down deep inside to really address anything that's showing on the outside.
Yeah, so like eczema, psoriasis, I don't know exactly what his skin issues are, but it's probably going to take a complete gut overhaul. Definitely would recommend the cleansing trio. Of course, Life Nines, alkaline would be a great one as well. There is a diet called the AIP diet, which is an autoimmune protocol. Most skin issues are an immune disorder that comes from the gut. So if that's something that he could look into and he's willing to do, I have a ton of friends that have done AIP and they have completely healed their gut, which then in return healed their skin. So I think it's one of those things where it's not going to be a quick fix, but the hard work would be worth it.
And just as a side note, I know my sister is on a prescription grade alkalining supplement. And when we compared Alkaline to her prescription grade, it was much higher in magnesium.
Oh,
So
wow.
if it is something on a severe level like that, I would maybe look into his magnesium intake as well.
Oh, that's a good one. Magnesium's
Which
great
is really
for
great
skin.
for your
Yes,
digestion
and
system
your whole
also.
body. I forgot to mention, when you just brought up alkaline real quick, I forgot to mention that this alkaline is extremely high in sodium. It has those mineral salts that we talked about. So if you are someone who is on blood pressure medicine, or your body is very sensitive to salt, I just want you to use this with caution. It doesn't mean that you can't use it. I just want you to be very mindful of your blood pressure. After you take it, make sure you're monitoring your blood pressure. Maybe it's something that you need to do half one time, and then half another time, something like that. Just wanted to throw that out there to make sure that you were checking and monitoring your blood pressure if you're taking that. So, all right, sweet friends. Well, we're going to wrap it up because I think we are right at our hour mark. And we thank you so much for joining us today from the Honda dealership.
From the Honda dealership.
We love it.
Thank y'all.
Time to go.
That's right.
Early.
All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.